And now, the real backstory of the Lux Radio Theater presentation of Laura, a Hearth and Home nostalgia production. Laura was transformed into a radio play for 2 exclusive episodes of the Lux Radio Theater, the first starring Gene Tierney, Dana Andrews, and Vincent Price, February 5th, 1945, and the second starring Gene Tierney and Victor Mature on February 1st, 1954. But now for the true backstory. Before the radio show, there was the film. Warning, spoiler alerts. Laura is a 1944 American film noir produced and directed by Otto Preminger. It stars Gene Tierney, Dana Andrews, and Clifton Webb, along with Vincent Price and Judith Anderson. New York City Police Department Detective Mark McPherson is investigating the murder of a highly profitable advertising executive, Laura Hunt, killed by a shotgun blast to the face just inside the doorway of her apartment. McPherson additionally questions Laura's playboy fiancé, Shelby Carpenter, who is quote-unquote a kept man, and partner to her wealthy socialite aunt, Anne Treadwell. Detective McPherson eventually questions Laura's loyal housekeeper, Bessie Clary. Through the testimony of Laura's friends and analyzing her via her letters and diary, McPherson becomes obsessed with her. So much so that Ledecker sooner or later accuses him of falling in love with Laura. One night, the detective falls asleep in Laura's apartment in front of her portrait. McPherson returns to Laura's apartment. Ledecker is there and notices a developing bond between Laura and the detective. Ledecker then insults McPherson and is sent away by Laura, who we discover is really alive, in a surprise plot twist, but pauses on the stairwell outside. McPherson examines Laura's clock and finds the shotgun that killed Diane. Laura is confronted with the truth. Ledecker is the murderer. McPherson locks Laura into her apartment, warning her to admit no one. Ledecker's last words are, "Goodbye, Laura." Before the film, there was the novel. Laura, 1943, was a detective novel written by Vera Caspary. Like Wilkie Collins' novel, The Woman in White, from 1859, Laura is told by several changing characters from the first-person perspective. These personal stories revolve around the apparent murder of the protagonist when a successful New York advertiser was killed by a shotgun on the door of her apartment and her face was destroyed. As he learns more about Laura, Mark, not the most emotional man, begins to fall in love with her memory. Now, which one is it that you think is the best presentation of Laura? Is it the Lux Radio Theater, the novel, or the film Laura? Let us know in the comments. And as always, thanks for tuning in.